Stop supporting Israel! Stop supporting Israel! Israel committed a genocide in Palestine. It's still ongoing. And now they're committing another genocide in Lebanon. And what are you doing? You're serving Israel! Stop serving Israel!
So Israel is the most violent state in the world, even more than Iran? Are you serious?
No country, and I say this with sadness, but no country has boasted more about killing its political opponents than Israel, of course. It is never allowable, period, for any person to kill an innocent. You can't kill a child. The child did nothing wrong.
But it seems like when you speak about Israel as the most violent state in the world, you forget to mention that it is the most attacked state in the world from so many enemies, like any other country in the world. So if you don't put this equation together, it seems like we are doing it for fun or that we lost our morality. This is self-defense.
Well, Israel has definitely lost its morality. There's no question about that.
And Tucker's right, there is no question about that, if you're an honest actor who is tied to the truth. Now, Tucker Carlson entered the belly of the beast to spar with an Israeli host. His name is Yudi Siegel. He's on Israel's Channel 13. And the debate was fiery from the jump.
Do you generally believe Israel would try to harm you because of your opinion?
I mean, of course, I don't know. I hope not. I don't want to be harmed.
Yeah.
But my main interest is not Israel.
Asking you.
We don't like America's nuclear scientists, so we're gonna assassinate America's nuclear scientists. Would you be okay with that? Would you be okay with Israel coming in and just assassinating our scientists? They've been doing that in Iran for a very long time.
You can't kill people who did nothing wrong.
Not just that, you know. I'm going back to October 7th. This was a massacre.
Right.
That was an attack on Israel, about innocent, about women, raping women, kidnapping infants, taking them to the tunnels for long months inside Gaza. Do
Yes.
you imagine what the United States would have done to an enemy that would have attacked the United States and do the same in the same magnitude?
Well, I don't need to imagine, because we had 9/11 where many innocents were killed, and in response, the United States killed some of the perpetrators and also many innocents. You can't kill a child. The child did nothing wrong. And civilized people understand that. That's what civilized people are.
To rewind back to October 7th, based on their own logic, Hamas was free to do whatever they wanted. It would still be moral. They think that it's totally justified to do it because of what happened to them on a single day, October 7th. See, the thing that they're having a hard time understanding is that they're not special. You're not special. To the Israeli people, you are not special.
I just don't understand why the United States has an obligation to pay for any of this, to send the weapons for it, to lend its moral authority to Israel, to lend its diplomatic cover to Israel, to lend its Air Force and its Navy and its military to Israel. I don't understand, where does this obligation come from?
Look, I mean, the way that this host is behaving tells you everything you need to know about their sense of entitlement to our money. Our money. So it's not good enough to sit by and just stay quiet as they carry out their slaughter campaigns, their land theft, their border expansion project, thanks to the hostility that's been directed toward our country because we help them with their dirty work.
Blame Donald Trump for folding under the pressure from Benjamin Netanyahu, effectively working on behalf of the Israeli government. Well, that's the definition of control. He had control of this war.
It's over. It's over. Sovereign country. We haven't lived in a sovereign country for quite some time now. The final moment worth bringing up is when Tucker basically called Israelis terrorists.
I don't believe Donald Trump, and I also think as an Israeli, you should pause before using the phrase terror regime, since you live in a country that just murdered thousands of children in Gaza. I'm not defending Iran, but I'm just saying
even the fact
terror
that you want
regime.
me
It's a little hard to hear that from an Israeli right now, I have to say.
The biggest terrorists on the globe right now, and I do mean that. The Israelis do not have a moral high ground in anything right now, literally anything. So you want to talk about terror regimes? Look in the mirror, Israel.
Why is Israel annexing the West Bank, which of course is not governed by at all? Why are Israeli settlers allowed to just run Palestinians out of their legal homes, build thousands of illegal settlements? West Bank has nothing to do with. Why is Israel annexing it? Why did Netanyahu say that his stated goal in an interview with I-24 News, an Israeli publication, say that he has a religious need to pursue the greater Israel
I'm going to let
project?
Scott answer quickly, and then we've got to go. Go ahead, Scott.
Go ahead, Scott.
My view is this. The hostages have been there for almost 700 days. There's a reason that does not
Are you going to
release
answer
them.
her question, though?
I don't
He's
know.
not.
Notice the pivot. Anna's question was about the West Bank, not Gaza. Unlike Gaza, the West Bank has never been governed by it is primarily administered by the Palestinian Authority. Yet since 1967, Israeli settlements there have expanded to roughly 700,000 settlers across the West Bank and East Jerusalem. Most countries consider those settlements illegal under international law, and in 2024 the International Court of Justice said Israel's continued occupation is unlawful and settlement expansion should end. That's why Anna kept bringing the discussion back to the West Bank. Power leaves paper trails. Follow the trail.
What's going on in Palestine right now is not the war. It's the genocide. It's the ethnic cleansing of a specific people to take their land. This is wrong. And there's nothing more meriting than speaking out against what's wrong. The U.S. taxpayer is paying for this, which makes it even more frustrating. I'm paying for this. This needs to stop. This needs to stop.
I really want to ask, what moral authority does the United States, a country that's ruled by the Afghans, have over my country, a country that has lifted over 800 million people out of poverty? What moral authority does Britain, a country that arrested over 12,000 of its own people for posting online, have to lecture us about civil liberties? And what moral authority do NATO countries that preach human rights in this very chamber, while turning a blind eye on the Zionist genocide in Gaza, have to tell us what justice looks like? We will not be silenced by nations that treat human rights as bargaining chips, a tool of foreign policy. We will not accept lectures from governments that use human rights as weapons while their own hands are stained with the blood of Palestinians and Iranians they choose to forget. And we will not rest until every nation in this chamber is held to the same standard, until hypocrisy crumbles, genocide is met with action, and peace is no longer a word we speak, but a world we build. Thank you, Mr. President.